If you were to put this on eBay, as we've already shown you in the comparative and the sold listings, this could sell for anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 for.
If you haven't subscribed yet,
what the hales are you waiting for?
Today we're going treasure hunting again. Now George, she already did a little treasure hunting.
I feel like I have Wonder Woman's powers.
You're a woman that makes me wonder.
I told him that if he wasn't going to take off the hoodie, that I was going to take it piece by piece.
But she doesn't have to anymore, because today, roughly around noon, we hit
100,000 subscribers!
So the hoodie officially is in George's possession.
Yes! Some of our viewers want to see this hoodie burned. Burn it, and roast marshmallows. Others want it to go up for auction, and all the proceeds will go to one of our charities of choice.
Huh.
And others want to see it framed, because now it's part of the What the Hales
It's part
channel.
of history. It's part of history.
This is history in the making.
It is. And we're going to make some more history today, because one of the things we always share with you, there is treasure to be found anywhere and everywhere.
At any time.
There's no storage unit auctions this week because of the holiday, July 4th, here in the United States of America. And so we're on vacation on Kelleys Island, and we're going to go hunting for some gold. Not literal gold, but stones that can bring thousands of dollars, sometimes even more than gold. Come on. Let's go have some fun.
Let's do it.
We're back at Camp Patmos on Kelleys Island on the East Shore, and one of the beautiful things about being on an island filled with limestone is that there are stones absolutely everywhere. Most people just use these stones as backfill or gravel for their driveway. Today, this is where we're going to look for the treasure.
All of these rocks look the same to me. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I think this one is what we're looking for. Am I right?
That is exactly what we're looking for.
It almost looks like a honeycomb.
So it's like a honeycomb. It's a five-ended spherical structure. This is called Petoskey. All right, so do you know what Petoskey is?
Petoskey is worth money.
Okay, it is worth money. It is a city in Michigan. But it is also, this is a saltwater coral here found in a, what kind of body of water are we in?
Fresh water.
Fresh water. This is further evidence of a worldwide flood. And this right here is probably worth thousands. George found the first piece of treasure. Look at this, I found the second one. This was about 3 feet away. Now I don't know if it broke off of hers obviously being bigger. So you can see by the size of the hand, but we could potentially be looking at roughly $3,000 right there. How long have we been out here on the shore?
Not even 3 minutes.
More like 3 seconds. We open up our eBay app and we are going to type in Petoskey. So P-E-T-O-S-K-E. Why? All right, we can add in stone, we can add in rock, we can add in all kinds of things, but we're just going to keep it narrow there. Now, right now, what we're seeing is what people are trying to sell. We want to hit filter, scroll down, and we want to go to sold. That's what's important to us. Hit done. Then we're going to hit sort, and we want highest to lowest. All right, here we go right here. Here's a Petoskey stone in Michigan that sold for $500. Sold on April 17th, right there. Unpolished, $500. Here's another sold for $199.01. Now look at the shipping. $242 for shipping. So if that was a local sale, again, that would have been almost a $450 sale. Here we've got, this is just very odd, right? Oh, it's a sponsored. It didn't sell. That's why it's in there. Let's get past the sponsored. All right, now here's one that's actually polished. $225. Now, they took the time and polished it. Usually you do that with sandpaper. You start with a thick grit and you get down to a finer grit. Here's another $240. polished. Here's another. See this one in the palm of the hand? This one's polished. $195. That is almost a $200 sale. Now multiply that by the size of a bigger rock and a bigger rock and a bigger rock, and you start to see what exactly these stones can actually bring.
Are they really heavy?
They're extremely heavy. I'm gonna set them up here on the shore and we'll drive back and pick them up. This isn't too bad for our first 30 seconds.
Not bad at all. So, and this treasure hunt costed us how much?
Nothing.
$0 and 0 cents.
We could post these on eBay right now.
I think I found one, but I'm not exactly sure. So what's the trick?
Okay, one of the best ways to figure out if it's actually Petoskey, put water on it. Go ahead and dip it in the lake.
Okay.
And if it is, you'll see that hexagon, that 5-sided sphere. But see, you definitely have fossils here. There's a scallop, but you don't see the actual Petoskey. So this one,
this isn't it.
This one is not it. Now, if you don't have a body of water near you, guess what you have to do?
Probably lick it.
Lick it.
Did you find one?
Okay, this is maybe one. Remember what we have to do to make sure that it is one?
Let me get a close-up.
We have to dip it in the water, and if we don't have water, we got to make our own. And I don't have to go to the bathroom right now, so there's only one way to do this.
Oh! You do realize that there's water below you.
Do you see? It is one.
I do see it.
You definitely have a mini Petoskey.
You guys just witnessed the lick test.
Guys, I do think that George, being fun employed officially now, she's honed in her treasure hunting skills, because she just found another hunk.
There's the shape, the honeycomb shape.
A big hunk of Petoskey. Look at the back. It's even worth more if it goes from front to back. And this portion here, this goes all the way through.
And then I'll put my hand on it to see how big it is.
I challenge you, George, to a competition. You game?
I'm always up for some friendly competition.
All right, person who can find the biggest piece of Petoskey stone wins. And we want to know down in the comments, who do you think's going to win? Team Jeremy, hashtag, or Team George? We both know it's going to be Team Jeremy. I've been doing this a whole lot longer.
Yeah, I'm learning from the best.
The other thing we want to know is how much value do you think we're going to find? Put your guess in the hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. Put your guess down below and we'll reveal it at the end.
Jeremy, look at this.
Holy cow, that one's huge.
Is this Petoskey or are those just shells?
You would think that it somewhat looks like Petoskey because of the spherical shape, but it doesn't have the hexagon, the 5 sides. So while this is a super huge and super cool fossil that somebody would love, it's not an actual Petoskey. But man, what an incredibly cool find. That thing is huge.
I know this rock isn't what we came here to look for, but I just wanted to point out how cool that looks. It looks like a snail.
Definitely. All of this island is limestone, so massive amounts of pressure and time creates the limestone, the sedimentary layers, which then we get the fossils. Treasure hunting can be extremely dangerous at times. While I found the Petoskey right here, it's right next to the scat, and we're not looking for scat, but George is finding the berries where the scat, well, there you go, there's the berry seeds. But here, this is a really, really rough piece of Petoskey. So what you do is you grind that down, you sand it down, you smooth it out, and you polish it out.
I stopped looking for rock and got distracted.
You got a little distracted, didn't you? She found all these shells. Yep, she got distracted. The competition is for the biggest Petoskey, not for the cutest little tiny shell. Squirrel!
Squirrel! Jeremy!
This is poison ivy right here.
Jeremy! Come, look, 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 look!
Oh,
I think I found another piece.
she found another
And
one.
it's a decent size too.
See the hexagon? If I had to guess, that piece, polished, would probably go for a good $100. Is it all the way through? That one doesn't look like it's all the way through. You definitely have it really strong on that one side though. And you also see that crack there? Takes away a little bit of the value, but you could polish that, grind that off, polish it up. It's a nice piece. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, I found another one. Be careful, there's poison ivy. Look, there's poison ivy everywhere.
Okay.
So this kind of treasure, while it's free, it also has its risk. And there you go, right there. See that? That's Petoskey.
Here, bring it under the shade right here.
There's so much. Oh, spider webs. You got me right in the spider web. Look, she has me put my hand in the spider webs. See all the spider webs and the bugs right above me?
Yeah, I don't know if they go there. You could see it right
I
there.
think this is bigger than the one you just found.
Let me compare.
Yeah, it's bigger. Yes, another one. Unfortunately, I still have cobwebs and bugs from the last one that George made me put in the
Here,
shade.
I got you, boo.
But I'm definitely finding more than her, but that's not the competition. The competition is the biggest one, which means the biggest profit margin. George, come here. Look what I found.
What'd you find?
Look. Do you see it? Do you see it?
It looks like an animal cracker.
That is the elephant. The elephant rock. That's bonus points for me. That is
It even has a hole in it. You
It's
can
for
use
a
it as a
keychain.
keychain.
That's a keychain elephant rock fossil right there. That's a baby elephant. It's a baby, right? Right.
I think I found a piece. Is this one?
Yep, right there on the edge. Now, it's not all the way through the rock, or if it is, what I mean by it's not all the way through here. If it is, I can't tell. If you put it in the water, we may be able to see, but the water is, I don't think we want to put it in that
algae.
water. Lick it, George.
Look what else I found.
George, don't worry about that. Lick this.
I'm not going to lick that.
And
You
let's
lick
see.
It.
You lick it.
You lick it.
You lick it.
I think I found another piece, but it's buried. Is this one?
Yep, hexagon. You see the pattern? You gotta pull it out, babe. Oh!
There it goes.
That one's like all the way side to side. Doesn't look like much is on the other side, but it's
a
got
big
patterns
piece.
in there. We'd have to actually grind that all down, smooth it out, but that's still a pretty big one. This is what we have so far after 20 minutes. That's just 20 minutes. Barely looking, and the hunt goes on.
Look at this here, April 20th. Somebody sold 19 pounds of unpolished raw Petoskey stone rocks for $50 plus shipping. Let's just take a look. How would you like to take 10 minutes out a stroll and make $50? You can't beat it. This is just easy cash laying on beaches, on shores, everywhere. So here on Kelleys Island, this is gravel. This is literally the gravel in people's driveways. You could live on the island and do nothing but find Petoskey stones and fossils and sell them online, and you would make a killing.
Sometimes they can be so easy to find. You see, one of these things just doesn't belong here. One of these things just isn't the same. Can you tell which one it is?
Is it this one?
George, that one was mine. That one was mine. She almost got it.
Mine.
That one goes towards Jeremy, Team Jeremy. And it's all the way through. It just needs to be polished.
This doesn't belong either.
No, it doesn't. You're right. That looks more like a crock. That matches your crock.
A crack rock?
That's a crock rock. There's just mounds and mounds. This is what the waves bring up. We're not even going into the water. We're just on the edge here.
Oh, I think I found one.
And let me see.
Big one.
Oh, yep. See the edge there? Yep, she found another one. Just needs to be cleaned up. Probably should lick that one.
I'm gonna start using this to autograph my name.
Oh, she gets 100,000 subscribers and now she's giving away autographs with a bird feather.
Isn't this the same bird feather they use to sign the Declaration?
I believe so. I just found the
Constitution?
Declaration on the 3rd. I challenge you, George, not only to finding the largest and biggest, most profitable Petoskey stone, but I challenge you to a stone skipping contest.
A stone skipping contest?
You gotta be good at this. You're from Egypt. They were pretty good with stones.
Bring it
Built
on.
pyramids, the Sphinx. Let's see, pick your stone.
I'm gonna go with this guy. He seems promising. He's on the thin side. It's all about the flick of the wrist, right?
Flick, flick, flick of the wrist.
Here we go. 3!
3?
I counted 3.
Yeah, I can beat 3.
Your turn to pick a rock, Jeremy.
That one looks really promising.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
The big old one?
This one.
That thing's bigger than you.
3, 2, 1. I think I won.
The biggest splash.
See where George just stepped? And see how much easier it is to find a Petoskey when it's wet? So she didn't see it when it was dry. I looked back, she stepped on it. You could see it when it's wet. And
This was
that,
the splash of your rock.
oh, okay, so she didn't step on it, it's the rock. This is a beautiful one to actually polish. You see how it goes all the way through? If you were to put this in a stone polisher, this would be an absolutely gorgeous rock for your collection if you're into high expensive Petoskey fossil rocks. Found another one. There it is.
Look at this little fella.
What is it?
I don't know, but it looks so cool.
Huh, not a bad find. But I found something for you. I
Heart-shaped rock?
rock and roll you.
Aww.
What's that?
Looks like a knee.
It looks like, yeah, the knee to a tree. Looks like a stump that was burned down. Not bad. Babe, go up, go up. That's it, right there. You found another one. Check that one out. That one would polish up really nice. Yep, it's all the way through.
Nice.
Put that in a rock tumbler. Just, you polish these up with sandpaper. You could do all of that with sandpaper. That would be a nice one. Now, most people would think that this piece of limestone is a huge piece of rock. Right in the middle of it is Petoskey. Now, this isn't big, 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 because there are slabs out in the lake that I know where they are bigger than our truck. Equate that into a monetary value. If you could get that limestone slab out of the lake, you would have $100,000, if not more, polished, cleaned up, and sold. But the lake is a historic high right now. It's higher than it's ever been, as it's been recorded in history. Lake Erie getting out to them slabs today, George and I, not even George is going to be able to get out there. Time to take a look at the treasure. So this is just some samples of what we found. We're from here in a rock garden here at Camp Patmos. There's one of the biggest pieces. There's some of the pieces that you saw as well. Now what we want you to do, we've told you how to value this, and we've shown you on eBay. If this was all polished, you can see the pieces are everywhere. If this was all polished, what do you think the value would be? And we're gonna swing over here. Here's more. Here's a giant piece right here. Here's an incredible piece right over here. This free treasure hunt, what do you think the value would be? Put it in the comments below.
This thing was so heavy, I had to balance it on my head.
You had to go all historic, how back in the day they used to.
How the natives do it.
So George is
is
officially the
winner.
She found the biggest Petoskey stone, valued at roughly a lot. This is a polished Petoskey stone, and it probably weighs 5 to 10 pounds. Let's go ahead and let's flip it over. Now, if you were to take this and sell it on eBay, okay, there's George's hand. If you were to put this on eBay, as we've already shown you in the comparative and the sold listings, this could sell for anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 for this size Petoskey.